Tulsa, Oklahoma. I want to tell a tennis story about my experience in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Very great tennis, I would say a very great tennis community. Met some great tennis players there, and just a little bit about how faded my life is when it comes to tennis. So, I was on Tinder, playing around on Tinder with some other things I have going on in the Washington, D.C. area, and someone hit me up from Oklahoma, and I'm talking to this person and really had no expectations. I'm thinking Oklahoma, I don't think so. That's way too far away. And somehow or another, I ended up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, for a good four or 5 weeks. A couple different time periods, and of course, she was working. We got along really well, and had some time on my hands. Well, I wasn't working, so I was just scoping out the tennis scene, and I met a couple tennis guys, and of course, obviously, there was an ITF futures going on that I had not planned for, right there, 10 minutes away from where she lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, if you're not familiar with Tulsa, Oklahoma, there are some big universities there. They have the University of Tulsa, I believe is Division I, and Oral Roberts University, which is where she went. And Oral Roberts is also a Division I tennis school. So I'm going to put a video up on the screen of this guy. While I was there, just hit up one of the clubs. They have a really nice clubs there, and just asking around if I could get some lessons with some pros just to hit with. And I got lucky, and there was a player who, at the time, he played for Oral Roberts. Like I said, I'll put his video up on the screen. I'll link it. I found his video on YouTube. It's exactly what he looked like when I was playing him. Yeah, he played for Oral Roberts. I just looked him up. Now he's a junior or senior at St. John's University in New York, and really cool guy. Very good teacher as far as like his demeanor and how he goes about things. Uh, yeah, I'm not afraid to. It's not beyond me or above me to pay for a tennis lessons. Multiple times in my life, I have paid up to $100 an hour to hit with a pro. Not even for a lesson, just to spend the hour with them, and I'll do it again. To me, it's valuable. I find it totally worth 60, 70, $80 an hour, depending on who the person is. I wouldn't pay that for a pro to teach me, but I definitely would pay that uh, to just spend that time on the court with that person. Like I said, this guy, uh, tennis aside, great person. Actually, I hit with him twice, I think, and I was gonna do maybe a third, but he was busy. So check that out. Here's his video. So, like I said, there was a futures tournament. Of course, I went there, checked that out. Donald Young was there. This was like 2022. Got to see Donald Young and his mom sitting in her beach chair, just like any mom watching their 14-year-old kid play tennis. And I believe he lost early rounds. And saw a guy. And this is where I kind of get into like the fate of it all. Just randomly pull in the parking lot. There's a guy, big, tall tennis player, stand there. Just kind of walk towards him. Just start up a conversation. I don't even remember really trying to start up a conversation. It just kind of happened. And this guy didn't play college. He was like 20 years old. And I'll put a video of him up on the screen too, because I believe last time I checked, he was on YouTube. And this guy was just traveling around trying to make it because he was tall, he was pretty good, and his coach told him that he could play, that he could probably make a run professionally. I don't think at this point that's not true. I think he dropped out. I'm not sure, but they were traveling around him and his mother, and also a very cool guy. And I was pushing him to play with him. I wanted to play with him, and he was very hesitant at that point. But I actually got him to come out. I got him to come out on this random court in the middle of nowhere, just like it wasn't even a park court. It was this really crappy court. Got him to come out, and this is where I saw a side of him I really didn't like. He didn't want to play. He just wanted to practice, and I think that's how I got him to come out because I could tell he didn't want to hit with me. First, I got him on the phone, or he called me and he said he canceled the first time because he had a guy, someone was going to come out and hit with him that was playing in that tournament, and convinced him that I would just practice with him. So he served. I served to him, and he practiced his return, and he served to me. And he didn't even let me serve from the baseline. He said I had to serve from the service line. And his serves, I think I talked about this before. His serves were absolutely massive, and his mother was like wondering why I wasn't returning them because they were like all aces. And of course, there's no way he's doing this in a match. But beside that, I will tell you at this point in my life, I was in recovery. I don't talk about this much, but I was in recovery for anorexia. I was in my second year of a very serious case of an eating disorder slash anorexia slash malnutrition. And yeah, I was in my second year recovering. Really wasn't in tennis shape. It was like 100 degrees outside. It's a good thing. I really shouldn't have been playing anyway, to be honest. And even when I was playing with Ignacio, I don't know how to say his name. They call him Nacho. When I was hit with Nacho, I really wasn't. Actually, I couldn't. The one I couldn't even finish the hour. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even finish the hour, and it was because of this recovery, this condition. Um, but I was really in the beginning stages of really starting to feel better, and I played. I also went to another club. They had like three. I went to like 3 or 4 different clubs, and this one beautiful, beautiful indoor club, indoor and outdoor. They had pickleball, uh, cameras recording all the courts, etc. And this guy, I was asking around, can I find someone to play with? And they set me up with this guy. He was probably, you could say, he's a 5'0", maybe higher. Claimed to have played with Jack Sock uh, as a junior in the Midwest section, and he kind of looked like Jack Sock, kind of played like Jack Sock. And I don't remember his name. I don't have any information about him, but he was huge, huge serve, huge forehand. I mean, he was hitting forehands out like by like 10 feet, and of course he beat me. This is like my third or fourth time on the court while I was there, so I was really getting a little bit better. I think it was like 6'3", 6'3", or something like that. I asked him what he thought I was. He said I was a 4'5", and yeah, we walked on this court. He didn't even pay. We just played. I mean, it was 100 degrees outside, so I don't know. Like no one was really in this court, but we just walked on. He must have had an account or something. We played for like 2 hours. No one pushed us off the court. It was just like really chill, and yeah, I left and never came back. I really thought I was going to be in Oklahoma for a long time. I really thought that was going to work out, but it didn't really go anywhere. So, unfortunately, because I really like the tennis scene there. As I said, I met some great people. So, also want to make this video for Tulsa. Tulsa, Oklahoma tennis. I wouldn't say it's the best tennis community, but really, it's better than where I am. It's 10 times better than where I am, for sure. And that could have something to do with it being the nice weather out there. It is like you pretty much can play outdoors year round, and then they have the indoor as well, multiple indoor courts as well, like right there in Tulsa. So great place to play tennis for sure. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoy content like this. I have many, 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 many tennis stories from the past, and I'm sure there'll be many more in the future as well if you like these kinds of tennis stories.